Certainly, insulation is good. I mean, depending on where you're located. If you're in Minnesota or southern Texas, more insulation is usually better. There is, however, a point of diminishing returns on insulation, especially in animal care facilities. If you have a properly designed mechanical system and you're running, somewhere between 25 and 35% outside air, there is a point at which additional insulation is not going to make that much of a difference, because if you're running 30% outside air and you're in a northern or a southern or a high humidity climate, about 70 to 80% of your utility costs, and I've done these analysis for lead projects, is in that fresh air. In other words, heating or cooling that or dehumidifying that fresh air. So that's a huge cost. So having said that, we always advocate having a moderate amount of insulation, insulated windows with low emissivity glass. And then on the fresh air systems, especially on a larger facility, we would typically specify an energy recovery ventilator so that we are recapturing some of the energy of the exhaust air. That is so that, for example, in a hot climate, some of the incoming air would be pre-cooled by the outgoing exhaust air, and vice versa in the north. That's not without cost, though. In a large facility, in order to use an energy recovery ventilator, that means that you have to duct the exhaust air and the intake air to the same point so that the piece of equipment can process them. But, typically I would say that we would go for maybe R19 in the walls and not much more than that. I'm probably not going to worry too much more than that. And then in the roof assemblies, depending on where you are and the size of the roof, I'd probably go for an R30 in terms of insulation.